So if you guys are listening to the podcast, you're probably wondering why you're hearing my voice. Well, I'm gonna run through skins. We're doing a little time traveling here ahead, and I am back for skins. If you are watching on YouTube, Pat didn't send over the podcast video, so we only have audio this week. So go check us out on the Apple Podcast or Spotify links that are in the description down below to listen to the rest of the podcast. But I'm gonna take you through some skins right now, and we're just gonna get straight into it with the course preview at the Valspar Championship, Copperhead course at Innisbrook Resort. It's a par 71, 7340 yards. Innisbrook's a pretty hard course. It's not typical Florida. Lots of elevation changes on the course. There's a lot of dog legs. I think, number 10 is the only hole that doesn't really have the dog leg. And then there's the par 5 14th, which is a double dog leg. So that's always interesting. Obviously, it's known for holes 16 through 18, which is known as the snake pit, kind of similar to the bear trap at PGA National. Innisbrook kind of has its own snake pit, which is a pretty hard and nice finishing stretch for people who are watching. The course is a really narrow course, so strokes gained off the tee might be something to look at this week. And the winning scores have only exceeded 10 under once in the last 7 events, so this is a pretty tough golf course. Ball striking is key, a lot of trouble off the tee, so players are going to sacrifice some distance for accuracy this week. Just some key stats: strokes gained off the tee, strokes gained tee to green, and strokes gained approach. And then some of the past winners: Sam Burns won last year. We didn't have it in 2020. Paul Casey won the 2 years before that, so he's a bit of a course horse. Adam Hadwin, Charles Schwartzel, Jordan Spieth. So a lot of good winners, good ball strikers is kind of the theme at this golf course. So with that being said, let's get into the picks. Pat won last week. Obviously, he probably already boasted that he picked the winner last week, Cameron Smith. So he was actually up 10.26 units. He's not here this week to make the picks. Fell asleep on us. So I'm going to make his picks for him and run through those real quick. So that's Pat's first pick is going to be Matt Fitzpatrick outright at plus 2,500. He's going to put 0.25 units on that to win 6.25. He's also going to pick Christian Bezuidenhout outright plus 6,500, quarter of a unit to win 16.25. Webb Simpson outright plus 7,000. It is 0.25 to win 17.5 units for Pat. And then Jason Kokrak outright plus 3,600, another quarter of a unit on that to win 9 units. So those are his outrights. And then he's going to round it out with some top 40s. Bezuidenhout, Keegan Bradley, Russell Knox, and Alex Smalley, a bit of a long shot. All 1 unit on those, 1 unit to win 0.95, 0.91, 1, and 2.1 for Pat. So those are Pat's picks for the week. And then we'll get into mine. So last week had a bit of an interesting week. Had a lot of good bets last week. Ended up only up, I think, 0.54 units, which, we'll take it. We'll take being up. I'm not sure if Trev and Pat mentioned the hole-in-one, but Shane Lowry getting the hole-in-one, pretty electric for me. A lot going on there. He even threw the ball into the crowd. Some guy caught it, ran it back down to him, and got it signed by him. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, we did have a hole-in-one on 17. I feel like those little prop bets that I usually put in, for some reason, usually win. So those are always fun. But I'm going to stay away from those this week and get right into it. So my first pick is going to be Dustin Johnson, top 20, minus 110. I'm going to put 1.1 unit to win 1 on that. He had a T6 in 2019, and no one has really finished better than he did at the Players. I think he shot a 63 on Sunday. So he's going to be firing coming into this. Maybe we got the old DJ back. Next, I'm going to go with Gary Woodland, top 40, another guy who played pretty well on Sunday at the Players. I'm going to put 1 unit to win 1 unit on that. I'm also going to pick last year's winner, Sam Burns, top 10, plus 200. 1 unit to win 2 units on that. Played pretty solid last week as well, and he's also a good ball striker, so he fits the course pretty well. My next pick, Jason Kokrak, top 10, plus 360. I think Pat had him outright. I'm going to put a half a unit to win 1.8 on that. He has 5 top 15 finishes at this event, so a bit of a course horse. Kind of a guy that you should be able to trust this week, in my opinion. And then we'll get into my outrights. So I'm going to pick Viktor Hovland outright plus 1,100. I need to kind of get back into the skins game here, catch up the Pat. So I'm going to put a full unit on that to win 11 units. He's been in really good form. He finished T3 here last year. I mean, his short game is a little bit troublesome, but at a course like this, big ball strikers course, I think Viktor Hovland could play pretty well. My next outright, Keegan Bradley outright plus 5,000. I put quarter of a unit to win 12.5 on that. He's last year's runner-up, and I kind of like what I saw from him the last 2 weeks. I think 2 top 10 finishes. And then my last pick, I'm going to go with a huge long shot. Hayden Buckley outright, 350 to 1. I'm going to put 0.15 unit to win 52.5 units on that. He's 12th in strokes gained ball striking this year. Copperhead's a ball striker's course. Bit of a random pick, but if I win this, I'm going to get a boatload of units, so I'm going to go with that. Now I'm going to send it over to Trev for his picks, and then we'll get inside the ropes.
What's up, guys? Trevor here to make some picks real quick. Not much to my picks. I gotta go back to the basics. I'm down close to 30 units, so I'm just making some simple, quick picks, gut reactions, and seeing if it works. Starting off with Abe Ancer and Tiro Hadden to win. Abe Ancer is plus 3,400, 0.5 units to win 17 units. Hadden plus 2,400, 0.5 units to win 12 units. Both of them played decent last week. I expect their form to continue. Then I have Kisner, Mito, Harmon, and Noren, all top 40 plays, all 1 unit on those plays to win 1.25, 1.6, 1.1, and 1.15 units respectively. I feel like they could play. They're all grinders and play well at tough courses, just like the Valspar this week. So I like those plays. We will see how they do, and we'll come back, and hopefully I'll be back. I won't be down 30 units.